UAE SST Lesson 8. My family is important to me. So why is our family important to us? Family is important because it provides love, support, and gives value for each member. Family members teach each other, help one another, and share happiness and sadness together. Families also help us grow. Grow in the sense, grow physically, and also they help to become a better person. They help us to become a better person. So we all need a family because they provide love, support, and gives value for each member. Family members also teach us, they help us, and they share happiness and sadness together. They also help us to grow. My family is important to me. So in this lesson, you will learn to appreciate the value of family and community life. Keywords: secure, love, happiness, reassurance, shelter, respect. Secure means being safe, taking care. Love, you know what is love. Happiness, you know. Shelter, you know what is shelter. Respect, you know. So let's learn what is reassurance, okay? So here in this lesson, you will be able to explain why people live in social groups, that is like families, communities, nations, and then draw and write captions to describe a personal experience in relation to social studies topic. So why are family important? You have already learned, so you can frame a sentence, right? Now look at the pictures. What is happening in the pictures? What is happening here in the first picture? It's a family. There are 3 people, father, mother, and a baby, and they are happy. And this is another picture of a mother and her daughter. They are having fun outdoor. Third picture, mother and the daughter. And the last picture, it's a big family and they all are happy again. So what is similar in all 4 pictures? They all are happy. And they are with their family members. And each picture shows that they all love each other, that they care for each other. And what is different? What is different? Here in the first picture, the baby is small and they are from a different country. And here you have the mother and the daughter. And in the last picture, it's a big family. There are many members in that family. Page number 43. Read or listen to Grace tell about her family and answer the questions that follow. Hello everyone, my name is Grace. I live in Dubai. But my family is from Ireland. Ireland is a small island in Europe. There are 6 people in my family. My mother, my father, 2 sisters, and 1 brother. I am the second oldest. My sisters and I go to the same school. and my brother goes to a different school nearby. I usually sit with my sisters at lunchtime and play with them during break. When I see my sisters, we wave. Our mother collects us from school every day and helps us with our homework. Our dad comes home from work at about 6 o'clock and we all eat our dinner together. On Friday, we go for day trips. All 6 of us together, and I love it. When I am with my family, I feel warm and happy. Sometimes we argue and disagree, but that doesn't mean we don't love each other. We always forgive each other. That is why I love my family. So this is Grace. Grace lives in Dubai and she is speaking about her family. So Grace lives in Dubai but she is from Ireland. And there are 6 people in her family. Her mother, father, 2 sisters and 1 brother. My sister and I go to same school. My sisters and I go to same school. So all the girls are going to the same school while the brother goes to another school. So the sisters sit together during lunchtime and they play together. During break time they eat together and they play. When I see my sisters, we wave. And their mother collects them, picks them after school and she helps them with homework. Dad comes home after work around 6 o'clock and they all have dinner together. And on Friday they go out or they go on day trips and Grace loves it. When I'm with my family, I feel warm and happy. So Grace says, when I'm with my family, I feel warm and happy. Sometimes we argue and disagree, means sometimes we fight. But that doesn't mean that we don't love each other. We forgive and forget. And that is why I love my family, says Grace. Let's answer the questions. Answer the questions about Grace's family. How many brothers and sisters does Grace have? So Grace has 2 sisters and 1 brother, right? Question number 2. What activities does Grace do with her sisters at school? So she and her sisters, they have lunch together and they play during break time or during break. 3. What activities does Grace do with her whole family? So the whole family have dinner together and also they go on day trips on Fridays together, right? How does Grace feel when she thinks about her family? She feels warm and happy. She feels warm and happy when she thinks about her family. Why do you think Grace's family makes her feel like that? Grace's family makes her feel like that because they love her, they care for her, and they want to keep her happy. Okay? So next question. What do you What do you like to do with your family? Draw a picture of one of your favorite family activities in the space below. So you can draw what do you like to do with your family here. Next, how do you feel when you do family activities? Make a word cloud. So how do you feel when you are with your family? You feel happy, you feel loved, you feel warm, safe. So you can make a word cloud here, saying how you feel when you do activities together. Here are some words that will help you to make the word cloud. So you have fun, inspiring, creative, nurturing, friendly, supportive, safe, pride, welcoming, achievement, caring, amazing, encouraging, happy. So these are some of the feelings or how you feel when you are with the family or when you do an activity with your family. So what did we learn in this lesson? We learned that why a family is important, what families give us, and how we feel being in a family. We also learned about Grace's family and how she feels when she is with her family. Read the story again and answer the questions. Ayesha's birthday. In this lesson, you will gather information about the past through stories of elders. So we will learn past events through stories. Keywords are experience, hospital, remember. So in this lesson, you will compare and contrast traditions in families with different cultural backgrounds. And then you will be able to describe various ways people learn about the past. So we can learn about the past by listening to elders, viewing photos, videos, artifacts, examining buildings, reading diaries and stories. So let's read Ayesha's birthday. Read the story about Ayesha's birthday and underline or highlight important information. So Ayesha asked her grandmother about the day she was born. Ayesha's grandmother hugged her and said, "I remember the day you were born. I was at the hospital with your mother and father. After you were born, the doctor allowed your father to come into the room to see you for the first time." So the grandmother is telling Ayesha about Ayesha's first day or the birthday. So she says that Ayesha was born in a hospital and the grandma was there, and the doctor allowed the father to see Ayesha for the first time. Your mother was holding you and you were sleeping. Your father said, "She is so small but so beautiful." After a few hours, family members and friends came with balloons, flowers, and special food for your mother. So when the father saw Ayesha, father said, "Oh, see, she is very beautiful, but still she is small." And after a few hours, Ayesha's relatives came to see her and her mother. Relatives and also the friends. So what did they bring when they came? They brought balloons, flowers, and special food. The next day, your father took chocolates to his workplace to give his friends as he announced the birth of his daughter. So the father was very happy. So he took sweets to his workplace to announce or to tell everyone that he has a daughter now. So that was a very special day. So this is about Ayesha's birthday. So underline or highlight important facts that happen on that day. What are the important things that happen on Ayesha's birthday? So Ayesha was born in a hospital, so that is one. She was small but so beautiful. And there was a doctor. And a few hours later, family members and friends came to see them. They brought balloons and flowers, special food. And the next day, the father took sweets to his workplace to give his friends. So these are some of the special things that happen on Ayesha's birthday. Okay, so Ayesha asked her grandmother, "What happened on the day you were born?" Ayesha is asking her grandmother, "What happened the day you were born?" Ayesha's grandmother laughed and said, "My dear, things were very different when I was born. There were no beautiful hospitals and few doctors in the UAE in those days. I was born at home and a lady from our village came to help my grandmother, and aunts took care of my mother and me, the new baby. After 40 days, there was a gathering. My family prepared traditional foods for everyone in a small village." So the grandmother says, when she was born, there were no beautiful hospitals and there were few doctors. Few means a little. I was born at home. So grandma was born at home. And a lady from our village came to help my grandmother. Came to help. My grandma and aunt took care of my mother and me. And after 40 days, there was a gathering. My family prepared traditional food and they enjoyed, like they celebrated. So these are the facts happened during grandma's days. List 3 important points from Ayesha's story on the lines below. So 3 important things from Ayesha's story. So one can be Ayesha was born in a hospital. There were doctors to take care of the mother and the baby. And Ayesha's father was in the hospital, or Ayesha's father was there when she was born. List 3 important points from Ayesha's grandmother's story on the line below. So, in the grandmother's story, grandma says she was born at her house and an old lady took care of her mother, and there were no hospitals and few doctors. So that is about grandmother's story. Compare and contrast. You know what is a Venn diagram, right? So you will write all the details that belongs to Ayesha only here, and you will write all the details that belongs to grandma only here. And in this area, you will write details that belongs to both. Like if I say hospital, where will you write the word hospital? Ayesha was born in a hospital, so you will write hospital here. And where was grandma born? She was born at her home, right? So at home. So something common that happened, that they all were happy. Last exercise, reflect and discuss. Why do you think the experiences are different? So why do you think Ayesha's birthday and grandma's birthday are different? Was born in the past, like long time ago, and Ayesha was born recently, in the present, like so different. In the past, there were no much hospitals, there were no facilities like now. So that is one. In both experiences, how do the parents and families feel about the new baby? In both experiences, on Ayesha's birthday and on her grandma's birthday, everybody were happy and they celebrated. Their family members visited them, their friends visited them, so they all were happy, right? So what did we learn in this lesson? We learned about the past. How did we learn about the past? By listening to grandma's story. And we learned the difference between Ayesha's and grandma's birthdays and how their birthdays were different in the past and present. Okay, so read the lesson again and complete the activity. Grandmother's picture box. So in this lesson, you will gather information about life in the past through pictures. In the previous lesson, we learned about the past by listening to stories. In this lesson, you will learn about the past by looking at the pictures or going through pictures. Remember, past transportation. Transportation means traveling. So, in this lesson, you will describe various ways people learn about the past. That is by listening to elders, viewing photos, videos and artifacts, examining buildings, reading diaries and stories. You will also draw pictures and write captions to describe a personal experience in relation to various social studies topics. Activity 1. Read the story Grandmother's Picture Box. Grandmother, it seems like your life in the past was very different. I would like to learn more about your life and life in the past in the UAE. Can you tell me more? So says Ayesha. Ayesha is speaking to her grandma and she says, Grandma, your stories says or shows that UAE in the past was very different compared to present. So can you tell me more stories that I would like to know more about UAE in the past? So Aisha's grandmother replies, My dear, I can do better than that. I can show you what life was like in the past. So grandma says, okay, I can do better by showing pictures. Aisha's grandmother goes to bring an old wooden box full of pictures of the UAE in the past and present. So what did she do? Grandma brought a box full of pictures of past and present. Aisha and her grandmother spent the afternoon organizing the pictures and putting them in time order. So grandma and Aisha, they started arranging pictures from past to present. Look at these pictures and imagine life in the past. In groups, put the pictures in time order from oldest to newest. So these pictures represent the places where they live, where people lived in the past and in present. So if you arrange these pictures past to present, which picture would go first? Yeah, this picture here is very old. This is in the past, and in the past, or this can be also two, and then they used bricks to make houses. And then this is another bigger house that they made using bricks. And finally, this is a house in the present. So these are the homes or houses that people lived in UAE from past to present. And the second group is land transportation. So which picture is the oldest picture? It's the oldest mode of land transportation. Camels. Then came the jeep, and then came the metro. So the grandma and Aisha, they are arranging pictures from past to present. 3. Air transportation. So which vehicle or air transportation came first? Air balloons, and then these, and finally the aeroplane. And water transportation. So we have number 1 here. To this, or it also can be this 2, and 3, cargo ships 4, and finally the ship present shift. Clothes, dressing styles of Emirates and expat. So how did people wear? So we have number 1 here. This is an old picture also. How did people wear? Old pictures are mostly black and white, right? And finally, okay. So this is how Ayesha and her grandma arranged the pictures to learn the past and the present of UAE. Reflection. How is gathering information from a story different from gathering information from a picture? So in a story, you listen to words, you have to listen to the story carefully, and you use a lot of describing words that are adjectives. And when somebody tells the story, you will imagine the picture in your head. So that is how a story reacts. And when people show you pictures, what happens? They are interesting, and you see images, and they are real images, and it's easy to understand, and you have to look or observe the pictures carefully. So how are they different? These words will help you understand how are they different. So what did we learn in this lesson? We learned to gather information about life in the past through pictures. And we learned the past to present houses built in UAE, land transportation from past to present, air transportation, water transportation, and dressing styles of Emiratis and expats. From past to present, the pictures help us to understand how did the life in the past gradually changed. So read the lesson and complete the activity.